brothers and sisters. Welcome to the first installment of Late Night with Uncle Fran. It's currently 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm ripe and ready for bed. But first, we'll do our little show for you, and hopefully you pick up a piece of wisdom or two. To start the night, we're going to hear from some of our listeners who have written letters to us seeking advice from their dear old Uncle Fran. Let's start with Dear Uncle Fran. Okay, let's hear from our first writer. This is Andrew from Columbus, Ohio. Dear Uncle Fran, I want to introduce my girlfriend to my family. It's taken me a while to find her, and we're having a real good time. However, every time I introduce a love interest to my grandmother, she shows them embarrassing photos of me as a baby. This is to be expected, but Grandma goes extreme. She shows bare baby buttocks and embarrassing photos, and even a photo of me doing blackface when I was in middle school. I can't do this, Uncle Fran. What should I do? How should I break the news to my grandmother? Signed, Andrew. Well, hello, little Andrew. Your problematic past is something that you wish not to show to your new love interest, and that's totally understandable. Your grandmother cares about you very much and just wants to show everyone that you are a great guy. You need to sit your grandmother down and say, Grandma, I'm a grown boy now. I can handle this all on my own. I don't need your input. If Grandma doesn't get the message, a swift punch to the jugular should do the trick. Take care, little Andrew, and God bless. Okay, next, from Anchorage, Alaska, we have Anne. Dear Uncle Fran, I've been in a committed relationship for roughly 4 years now, and things seem to be going swimmingly. In fact, I'm expecting a proposal any day now. However, my boyfriend can't seem to stop urinating on the toilet seat. He leaves trickles and traces everywhere he goes, and I am sick of it. What am I to do? Signed, Anne. Well, hello, little Anne. Potty training grown adult men can be very frustrating. I recommend that you sit your boyfriend down and have a conversation with him. Explain to him a relationship is a partnership. Each party should be putting in 100% and 100%, not 50-50. If he can't seem to figure out his aim, then maybe he's not worth wedding. If that doesn't get the image across in his mind, threaten to chop his balls off and mix them in a stew. That should do the trick. Okay, well, take care, little Anne, and God bless. All right, well, we're on to our final letter of the evening. This one is from Charles of Pittsburgh, PA. Dear Uncle Fran, I have recently received a heartbreaking medical diagnosis. I have been diagnosed with a peanut allergy. This has completely uprooted and altered the dynamic of my life. I can no longer enjoy PB&Js or snack on peanuts when I'm craving something salty. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to break this news to my family and friends and those I love most. How do I tell them I need new accommodations for our gatherings and social events? How do I tell this news to those I love, Uncle Fran? Signed, Charles. Well, hello, little Charles. I don't know how to break this to you, but those you love will not love you much longer if you tell them you have a peanut allergy. I personally don't know anyone with such conditions because they didn't exist when I was a boy. But I have a couple nieces, nephews, and grandsons who may have it here and there, and I don't speak with these people. I don't send them money on their birthdays. I don't believe in them. You see, when one has a peanut allergy, that becomes their personality, and that is irritating to most, if not all, people. What I recommend to you, Charles, is to put yourself into exile. Go live a nutless life somewhere in, I don't know, Anchorage, Alaska maybe. Go meet Anne. You could hang out with her and her unpotty-trained boyfriend. Hopefully they won't serve you anything nutty and you won't blow it up like a great big balloon and die right there. Although that would be beneficial to those who don't want to deal with your incessant needs and accommodations. I hope that helps, little Charles. Good luck and God bless. Okay, now it's time for this week's movie review. Today we'll be discussing the 1975 film Jaws. Jaws is a horror film, but it's not quite that scary. You get to watch people get eaten by a shark for 2 hours, and I call that a damn good time. Jaws is directed by Steven Spielberg, who is a Jew. It stars Richard Dreyfuss and a couple of other people whose names I do not know. And I have to say I really enjoyed it. I loved watching that shark tear people piece by piece. The blood in the water made me think of my days back in Nam, fighting in the jungles with my good friend Burt. I give Jaws a solid 27 out of 35 stars. I think the storytelling, acting, and directing is all very well. The music, of course, is iconic. The one drawback for me is the start is a little slow. One could argue that that's supposed to play into the tone, but for people my age, you gotta get right to the shark attack. You can't waste time on exposition and all that hoo-ha. Okay, well, that was this week's movie review. Now we will move on to my favorite segment, a daily conversation with my good friend, Burt. Hello, Burt.
Hi, Fran.
How are you today?
I'm good.
That is wonderful to hear. So, Burt, why don't you tell us all about your day?
So, today I went to the elementary school fair.
I thought you weren't allowed within 50 feet of an elementary school.
Only certain schools.
Okay. What were you doing there?
So, there's a fair going on, and I saw cotton candy, and you know how much I love cotton candy.
Yes, this is very true. Burt is very fond of cotton candy.
So good. Cotton candy.
Okay.
So, I was sitting there, and there was a path between the tents. I was walking at a nice brisk pace, and there was a stand. And the stand had cotton candy. And it wasn't the stand that you pay, because usually I steal anyway because of cotton candy.
Of course.
But this stand was one of the games that you win.
Yeah. Right, like the ring toss or the throwing a dart at a balloon.
Yes. So it was the dart one. Yes.
The dart one, yes. Very good. You know, my good friend Joe got socked at a dart game one time when he tried to claim his prize. The carny just socked him right across the face, knocked his tooth out, and slammed the door on his face.
So as I was saying, I was sitting there and I saw cotton candy, so I immediately got in line. But the line was too long. I didn't like it. The carny wasn't moving. So I got a little bit impatient and I bit.
You bit the carny?
No, I bit the child right in front of me.
Burt, how could you bite a child?
I got angry.
Did you take your medication that morning?
No.
This is what happens when we don't drug the mentally ill.
So after I sank my teeth into the succulent boy, he started freaking out and I didn't know what to do. So I kind of walked over to the stand that had the cotton candy, and I just took a chunk off of one of the ones on the wall and started eating it, and that cleaned my palate and made it much better. And then I got a sugar rush.
I know what those are like for you.
3 days.
The last time Burt had a sugar rush, he almost burnt down Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah. That was last Tuesday. I've been told by many doctors to never have cotton candy. And now I've been told by some officials that I'm not allowed near any elementary school. It really hurts my feelings.
It's probably for the best, Burt.
That's what you think.
Okay, well, that's gonna do it today. Join us next week.
So then once I had the cotton candy, and I took it and went to my home, and I have a little method. Yeah. I take it and it adds a little flavor. I put it in water.
Burt, I think putting cotton candy in water just dissolves it.
No, I call it my ultimate juice.
Just sugar water.
That's my ultimate juice. I take it once a year.
Okay, well, I think that's enough for Burt today.
You have my ultimate juice.
Well, you could pick up Burt's Ultimate Juice for however much a bottle of water and a packet of sugar costs at the store. Isn't that right, Burt?
I need it now.
Okay, we need to wrap this up. Let's get this out of here.
Shit.
Okay, we need paramedics in here, and we need EMS services.
Where's the juice, Fran? Fran, help me get the juice.
No, okay, we're losing them. Oh boy.